Hello everybody. Very exciting week that we're getting started to here. In our last video, we reviewed all of the sort of the macro reasons and a lot of the macro situations that we were looking at. Like I said last week on Friday, I was really leaning bullish, and I kind of ran through all of those scenarios as to why, being the Adam and Eve bottoming pattern. We had our local falling wedge, our macro falling wedge. We did have some nice divergences on RSI, and the fact that ES1 was making new lows and BTC was managing to hold its June low, all of these things were sort of coming together and telling me that we may have a good long opportunity here. And ultimately, this is the low that we got at about 18K. We were looking to swing failure the low, right? But price was unable. The bears were unable to push the price down that low, right? Given the news that we had gotten, given everything in the overall situation, that was a signal to me that BTC did have some strength and we can look for some longs. So I did open up a long here, and I also did open up some longs here. Okay, and so we'll kind of review what I have drawn out here. We're looking at the 4-hour chart. The range point of control for this entire lower range since the bottom was at about 19.8K, which has been a level that we've been watching for some time. So we have gone over that. It has shifted. It's shifted down to 19.4K. So as of right now, we'll go ahead and hide this here. We can see that price found support on the new range point of control and has started to move up. Okay, so to me, this is very significant, right? So this is the price in which most value has been transacted, right? So it's a level that is typically defended strongly, okay? And to be above it at this point, I think is very, very big. Our next key level would be the monthly open. I would really love to see the daily close up above the monthly open, and I would like to see us hold it at least on a 4-hour time frame moving forward, if we are going to have some degree of continuation to the upside, right? So we have some levels to the upside here. I will point out, this is very interesting to me. This right here, this trend line, this down trend line, is the last trend line of resistance that we have to break through. Okay, so we had 5 different trend lines, 2 from our macro wedge, 2 from our local wedge, and then also just locally here. And this right now is the last one for us to break through, and we've been breaking through it virtually just going sideways, right? So every time we confront a new trend line, we don't break down from it, we ultimately just chop through it. And again, we're seeing something like that here, where we confronted here, here, and here, and now we're essentially just going sideways through this level, right? So our next major zone of resistance would be this 20K zone that we have up here. This is an order block from over here, which will act as resistance. We can see that we bounced off of it right here. And we also have this downtrend line. So this is the last downtrend line of resistance. If we can, continue to hold this area as support, break through this naked point of control and gain some acceptance into here, this area here that I represented with this green circle here, is there are a lot of short liquidations to be had here, obviously being above this level here. So although it is a very key resistance, if price can manage to get up here, we can get some degree of a short squeeze and then come back and back test it to flip this area to support. Then I think we can look for some continuation. Okay. So here we do have a fair value gap. It's a daily fair value gap. I can pull that up on a daily time frame if you guys like to take a look at it. From here, so it's just inconsistency in price. So our inefficiencies in price, right? So we will look to fill this gap. Similarly, I'll show you one that we had. It looks like I deleted it, but this one right this one right here. Oops. You can see that we did fill and this last pump, and I would look to do something similar here where we fill this one. Okay, so zooming in, I would love to see a daily close above this monthly open and some degree of continuation to the upside. The next level, like I said, would be this resistance trend line as well as this 20K zone. If we can get up there, I think that we could get, like I said, some degree of a short squeeze to push up above this level to where then we can back test it to confirm it as support. And then really the next level for me, like I said, we can get up here to fill this fair value gap and tap this weekly, which to me, this is a great zone for shorts, at the very least to short, you know, maybe back down here, right? But until then, right, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We still have quite a bit of resistance to get through. The one thing that I'm going to be looking for as something that could basically say, hey, you know, let's pull it up here. I have this Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, impulse wave up. The 2 was put in perfectly as expected to consolidate over the weekend, put in a nice base here, and now we're looking for that wave 3 upwards. And in doing so, if we go down on a 4-hour time frame, we can see that we're really building up some nice market structure here, right? We're not having these massive straight up pumps where we just come straight down like this one here, straight down, this one here, straight down. And the reason that happens is because you don't build market structure. You need to take the time to really build it up so that it does hold in the event of a downturn, right? So the only other thing that I would be you know, focused on, or something that I would keep in mind, and here I'll clear some of these other levels out just so we have a clearer chart here. You can hide some of this stuff. I would be looking at a potential swing failure of this high. Now, in my opinion, I think it's really important that we take out all of these highs that we have here, right? With that said, it could just be that where we come up, we swing failure them, we get a significant closure below with a wick above, and we do have some degree of a reversal, right? Some more of, let's say, like a more significant reversal than we would want. Okay, ideally, as I have marked out up here, I would really love to come up, hit this VWAP, which is also the 1618 extension of this, which is a great wave 3. I would love to get that move up to right around 21K, come back down, not break into wave 1, right? So we'd want to hold this zone, you know, if anything, you know, maybe hold a little bit higher, even where we get sort of a retracement down to this this area again, right, to basically confirm this area as support. So, you know, maybe we could move this up just a little bit, confirm this area as support, and then have our continuation for our wave 5 where we come up here, and then we would look at some degree of a larger retracement that we can short up here and hedge our longs in the event that this retracement does bring us down a lot further than we would expect, right? Otherwise, you know, hopefully then that this would be of a larger Elliott wave. This would be, you know, wave 1 here, and we would be looking at wave 2 here, and then we would have some, you know, further continuation to the upside. That would be, you know, the more ideal scenario. But again, I am going to hedge here in the event that this does have some continuation to the downside. Okay, but for the time being, my overall target is to fill this fair value gap, get that move up to that weekly, also naked point of control, and also the range value area high, right? Continue to build market structure, you know, start creating higher highs and higher lows, and do have that continuation. Okay, so this is something that I'll keep everybody updated on in the Discord. But to give you an idea, this is what I'm looking at. I've had this plan since Thursday, since we saw this low put in here. If we were to start to see some reversals, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like here. I do have some of these liquidation levels marked out. So if we were to see a reversal and start to get a move down, say back to this 19,100 area, there are a lot of liquidations here. So if we did, that could fuel down further, and there's even more around this 18,600, which could fuel down again. Okay, so it's worth keeping in mind that if we do start to break down, And especially if we take out this low here, you know, we might have to reevaluate our analysis and say, okay, it doesn't look like we're going to be looking at a wave 3 continuation here. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I will look forward to chatting with you guys more in the Discord about this. Like I said, I will keep you up to date. This is going to be a very interesting week. I am very excited. I do hope that our longs continue to print, and we will look at higher levels to open some hedges.